Good morning. I wanted to go through one of the homework problems, number 6 from Module 1, my Stat Lab problem set, just to give you guys a little bit of an overview of how to navigate between Brightspace and my Stat Lab, also how to access Statcrunch and what the problems look like, just in case anyone's having a hard time. So as you can see here, we have the home page for the classroom. And if you remember, if you look through the Brightspace mini tour I posted a couple weeks ago, under course menu, we have announcements, learning modules, discussions, assignments, and grades. Just a quick note, the assignments, that's where you will have your extra credit journals posted. I heard that they're having a little hard time loading those this session, so I'll let you know as soon as I get an update about the extra credit journals. For now, we're going to go to learning modules to access the homework. So within each module along the left side are where you have all of your tabs. We have the table of contents. It's pretty self-explanatory. Start here. That's where you're going to have your syllabus, your rubrics, and any other things that you need to review before the class starts. Next, you're going to have all the modules, module 1 through 8, and that'll give you both an overview, the sections included, links to the discussion, and links to the homework assignments or the My Stat Lab. Now, you can access those however you like. You can access them through the My Stat Lab link. You can access through the discussions link under course menu. So there's other ways to access them, and you'll find what works best for you. I typically go to My Stat Lab to access the assignments. And then down here at the bottom, you'll see STEM Learning Community. It's like a community for you guys if you have any questions about concepts or something that you want to go look for help and see if anyone else is talking about it before asking questions. You also have academic support. This is an important tool. You have your learning community. This is for written feedback for the net tutor, but you have smart thinking. That's also something that can help you with the homework. So those are some tools available to you if you're having a hard time. So let's go back up to My Stat Lab, just so you can see where you can access. This is where, if you've purchased your code already through the bookstore, you would access. These are your Pearson materials that you'll hear referenced. Here we've got different things, the course home, announcements. I'm not going to make any announcements in My Stat Lab. All the announcements will be here in Brightspace, so you don't have to worry about that. A link just to the assignments, and a link to your quizzes and tests. We only have one exam in this course. It's the final during module 8, the week 8. Study plan, grade book, a direct link to Statcrunch. I don't think you'll need that. You can access it through the problems. I'll show you that. And then here's a link to the textbook. So if you want to do all your reading, you can go directly here and link to the textbook. So since I'm walking through a homework problem or an assignment problem, I'm going to go to all assignments. See, it brings up the assignments that we're working on here. We're going to go straight to 1 TAC 3, the module 1 problem set. And I'm going to show you guys number 6. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through how to do it by hand. I've typed up the numbers just to make it a little easier to show you how you would do it manually or with a calculator, and then how you'll do it with Statcrunch. So first, I just want to walk you through. Here you can go backwards and forwards for each of the problems. Here you'll see a list of all the problems. And then right here is the section that it's referencing in the book, not the problem number. So this one's from section 3.1. And then you have question help. You have help me solve this. This will walk you through the problem and prompt you to answer certain parts of the question. Just one note, it won't save those answers back into the problem. You'll have to rework the problem with new numbers, but it is a really good tool to help you understand the process. View an example. This will walk you through an example that's almost exactly the same as yours with different numbers. Textbook, that will link you directly to the textbook for the section that corresponds to the problem, in this case, section 3.1. Statcrunch, this is how you would open Statcrunch if you weren't given a data set, if you were given summary data. For example, down in a few the next sections we'll be looking at using the mean of a data set to find something else. You would open Statcrunch this way since you don't have a data set. In this case, in this problem, we are given a sample data set, 6 right there. So that we're not going to use that link. I'll show you in a minute how to open the data set in Statcrunch. Here's tech help if you're having technical issues. Ask my instructor. This link will open an email prompt with a link to your specific problem where it'll email me directly and you can ask any question you'd like about the problem. It's a pretty handy tool. So let's go to the problem now that we've kind of gotten oriented a little bit. It says the following data represent the monthly cell phone bill for a person's phone for 6 randomly selected months. So here we have the 6 months worth of phone bills. Compute the mean, the median, and the mode phone bill. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you first how to do the mean, the median, and the mode, and we'll by hand, and we'll kind of do it in Statcrunch in parallel. So in this case, I've gone ahead and typed it up just to make it a little easier so I can show you guys how to do it. So remember from section 3.1, or also the weekly announcement I posted on Monday, the sample mean is when we sum up all the values. So in this case, the dollar amounts here, and then divide by n, which is the number of observations in our data set, or the sample number of observations. So here I've typed out here 35.40 plus 42.09 plus 39.43 plus 38.93 plus 43.39, 49.26. That sum is 248.5. And then we're going to divide it by 6 to get our mean. And that gives us 41.4167. So this is how you would do it manually or using a calculator. Let's look really quick how we would do that in Statcrunch. Now, one thing I want to point out is make sure you either have your pop-up blocker turned off, or so that it gives you a prompt to allow it to open. I've had a few students have had problems clicking on a link and nothing happens. It's because they have pop-up blockers on, so be aware of that. So as you see here, it opened up our dollar amounts, our data set in the column here, and that's under var1. That's the name of the variable or the column. So in this case, we're looking for what Statcrunch refers to as summary stats, and I referred to that a few minutes ago. For example, the mean would be a summary statistic. So here we're going to click on stat, summary stats, and then column, because our data is in a column. And this will bring up a new menu. Here we can see our column. You have to make sure you select your column. It has to be on this side to find the statistics for it. So we select our column, and then we're going to scroll down to statistics. This is what statistics we're looking for. We know in this problem we're looking for the mean, the median, and the mode. So we're going to go ahead and just click all 3 of those as we go through this, so that we have the mean, the median, and the mode. In order to select more than one statistic at a time, you can either click Control or Command if you're on an Apple. So as you saw too, it already had some automatically selected. I just wanted to make sure we were only looking at these 3 just to make it a little simpler. So once you've got your column selected and your statistics selected, you click Compute. And that'll bring up a new table that's got the statistics we just asked for. So as we found, when we did it manually, 4.4167 was the mean. Here we see that as well. So let's go ahead and type that into our problem here to double check our answer. It says to round to the nearest cent as needed. So 41.4. Check our answer. Well done. So for next, we're going to look at the mode. So again, I'm going to show you really quick how to do it manually, and then we'll check against our numbers that we found in Statcrunch. Or excuse me, the median, not the mode. Remember, the median is the exact middle number in your data set. So the way that we would find it is we would order the data set from lowest to highest, and then we would find the middle one. If we have an odd number of observations, we can just select that. If we have an even number of observations, then we need to take the mean or the average of the middle 2. So in this case, I went ahead and ordered it. The lowest was 35.4, and I ordered all the way up to 49.26. As you can see, we have an even number of observations, so we need to take the sum of the middle 2 and divide by 2. In this case, it's 39.43 plus 42.09 divided by 2, and that gets us 40.76. So we're going to type that number in here. Oh, and excuse me, let's double check that. We can check it in our Statcrunch numbers that we already found. So I didn't close that window. I just minimize it so you can see it again, 40.76. So it's 40.76. Let's check our answer. Fantastic. So the last is the mode. Remember from section 3.1, the mode is the number that occurs most frequently on the data set. In our case, all of our values are different, so we don't have a mode. If we had some numbers repeated, then that could mean that we had a mode. So in this case, there is no mode phone bill. Check answer, good job. So that's exactly how we find the mean, the median, and the mode, both manually and looking at Statcrunch. And just really quick, I want to show you from the results in Statcrunch, it told us that there's no mode. So you can get all that from Statcrunch fairly easily. If you guys have any questions about that or how to interact between Brightspace, any Statcrunch questions, anything on Module 1 material, please contact me directly through email. I encourage you really highly to use the general questions in the discussion forum. If you have a question, you're probably not the only one that has that question. As we saw, a couple people had some question about the journals and why they weren't showing up. So it's really beneficial to the whole class to use the general questions discussion. And if you guys have anything, let me know. If not, good luck this week, and I will look forward to hearing from you all.